Hi there. Today we're going to talk about things that nobody talks about and things that we need as one matures. Now, I've been married for 63 years, and this November it will be 64. I'm also going to be 84. And my husband makes me laugh. He's got a fabulous sense of humor, and he'll say things just off the cuff, and I collapse laughing. And at the same time, I maybe have a little leak in my panties. So, and I have to tell him, don't say another word. Not another word, because you're going to make me pee in my pants. So I've been using, and sometimes, little accidents. So I've been using this product called Always. Now, I remember, it's funny, I was much younger, and I remember being in my mother's dressing room, and I saw these pads, and I thought, I wonder what she uses them for. Talk about naive. But now they make these just especially for women who have, I don't know if it's incontinence, I don't know if it's just leaky bladders sometimes. But so I order these from Amazon, and I use them every day. It's just easier. Just you don't know what day you're going to need it. You don't know what day your husband's going to make you laugh. And what I do is I put, I've got those what would you call them? Those separators, where I keep my panties, and I keep these in those little separate areas also. So I keep them both together, and it's just easy. I peel this off, put it in, and that's it. And they have all levels. I don't know if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but they have all levels. Now, I buy them from Amazon because I would go to CVS and I'd have this in my basket, and invariably it'd be a man at the checkout counter, or there'd be men around, or there'd even be women around, and I was too embarrassed. So the easy way out is just order them from Amazon or wherever you want to. But I prefer that than going shopping for them. And speaking of that part of the body, there is a wonderful cream, lotion, and it's called bowel oil. And I found out about it when I'd have a colonoscopy, and this was to soothe the tissues. It is wonderful. It's not only to soothe, it's to clean. And it's a wonderful lotion. And, I just put it on some toilet paper and clean areas, and it's very, very soothing. You'll be amazed. It's wonderful. It's not cheap, but it's wonderful. And it cleans you, and it makes you feel well, and it takes away any kind of irritation you might have from something. That's a good thing. Now, I don't know about you, but my body is dry. I've even had doctors say, ooh, your legs are really dry, which is totally embarrassing. And my arms would be really dry and kind of peeling. I'm telling you, I had really dry skin. Now, it could be because I don't drink enough water, and it could be, I don't know. But I've got unguents and creams and lotions and stuff. But I was watching YouTube one day, and she has a line of products. And she was talking about, do your arms get wrinkled? How it can get wrinkled? Don't tell anybody. But it gets wrinkled. And she said she highly recommended her body lotion. And one of the things she said about it was that it's lightweight. Well, this is it. It's called Prequel. I love it. And I'm going to tell you why. It's so light. You take a squirt and you go like that and you're done. So, and bottom line, it really works. I used to have really, I don't know if it's scaly, but I used to have really dry arms. I love it. In fact, before I came to record, I was looking in my emails, and I noticed that she has a cleanser. I think she calls it Glenser, and it's got salicylic acid in it so that it very gently exfoliates your skin. Guess who's going to buy it immediately? I'm so impressed with this. I no longer have dry legs. I don't have dry arms. I don't have dry anything. I wonder if she has, I'm putting this on my hands also. I wonder if she has hand lotion. I'm so impressed with this lotion. And as I say, I love it because it's so light. It's so easy to put on. I go, and that's it. And the next day, your skin is so soft. How about your heels? How dry and cakey and yucky looking are your heels? Mine were terrible. But what I've been using is amlactic foot rescue. And what I do is I put the I coat my feet with the amlactin, and then I put on my socks and I go walking, and my feet look so good. It gets rid of all that white yucky stuff, and your feet look really good. So I'm going to recommend that amlactin. I've got dry, thinning hair. There's no doubt about it. I've got dry, thinning hair. One of the products that I really like a lot, and that seems to make a difference, is Olaplex oil. There's about this much, and I just take one dot and I put it on my hair, and it seems to, it calms it down, and you only need one dot, one drop, and it makes it fuller looking, and it just makes it healthier looking. So I was talking with a friend of mine, and I noticed her BREASTS were really, really low. And are you aware you need to get a new bra? When was the last time you got a new bra? And you need to get a bra that lifts you up, that lifts you up so that it's not real low. That's very aging looking. So I think you need to get a new one. I've been getting my bras at Soma, and they say that it makes you 3 inches smaller. I don't know about 3 inches, but they do a darn good job. So, and you know what? You go there and somebody actually helps you. In some of these big department stores, you can't find anybody to help you. It makes me crazy. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to Soma because I need to get a bra for walking. I don't think that the bra, I need to get a walking bra. I don't need an athletics bra. Sometimes those are so tight, I don't like them. But I need to get something for walking so that I'm not, bouncing. But I don't want to have it too tight. So I need to find something. Do you know about an Apple Watch? I told the story of this very dear friend of mine was going into a restaurant. She was there by herself because her friend hadn't joined her. And she fell down. This friend of mine is like 90 years old. And she was wearing a watch. And the watch called the paramedics, called her husband. The paramedics knew exactly where she was. Her husband knew where she was. They took her to the hospital, but it's because the Apple Watch. So I think as a matter of fact, it was my husband's 93rd birthday. I've been telling him he needed an Apple Watch for ages. But he didn't, I don't know. What can I tell you? But a couple of months ago, he was out measuring our street at 8:30 at night, and he tripped, and his whole face was it was a mess. Did I know about it? No. He walked into the bedroom with blood running down, and if he'd had an Apple Watch, I would have been notified. The paramedics would have come. It would have all been taken care of. Well, now, for his 93rd birthday, I bought him an Apple Watch, and it's so beautiful. And he's wearing it all the time now. Of course, we have to find out how he needs to learn how to use it, but it's a wonderful thing, and it's something that you should be aware of, that it will call if you fall, I mean, I've fallen down and it says, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" You'll love this. I was chopping garlic. Now I'm aware of it. And I guess I was really chopping hard. Don't ask me why with my left hand. But I was chopping and the watch said, "Are you all right? Is everything okay?" I can't tell you how much you need to get an Apple Watch, bottom line. And they have them in various price points. But for your own safety, you need to get an Apple Watch. I'm mature. I'm 83. I'm going to be 84. For the longest time, I didn't acknowledge my age. It wasn't that I didn't tell people my age, but in my head. So I broke this wrist twice. And why? Because I didn't acknowledge my age. You're going to love this. I went running down the walkway and I jumped over a pile of bricks and I fell. And I fell so awkwardly that the doctor, I had to have surgery on my wrist. And the doctor said it was like a truck had run into my wrist. It was just shattered. That was the first time. The second time, I was running into my dressing room and I was jumping up to put something away and I fell down. Well, that was a mess also because it bent the rod that was in my hand. That was really terrible because they had to straighten out my arm before they could operate again. And what does that tell you? That I wasn't paying attention to my age. And I also would wear clogs, and I would fall off my clogs, and then I would have fractures on my foot. So I've got to show you this really funny picture of me with my hand in my wrist, in a cast, and my hand and my foot, just a mess. But part of that was not acknowledging, Sandy, you can't run and jump like that anymore. And I don't do any of those things anymore. I've slowed down. I don't try and do things quickly. I acknowledge that I'm 83 and that I can't do some of these things that I used to be able to. I mean, I used to go down black diamond lanes when I'd ski. I got in trouble there also. I'm mad for speed. I can't do it. I get myself in trouble. I have to slow down, and I am slowing down, and I haven't broken my left wrist in years, which is saying a lot. But there's a notation in all the hospitals that she's a falling risk because everybody's scared that I'm going to fall down again. But I'm unless it's some kind of accident, I'm much slower in doing things, and I do things very carefully, and I think about them. And and you know what else? I never would admit, and this is part of aging, I never would admit that I would need large panties. And then one day I finally did and said, you know what? Just go for it and stop with the medium size. It doesn't fit you. You need to acknowledge, that you've gained weight. And I have. I've also lost weight, but that's another video. But that's another thing. I think in acknowledging I've gotten older, I've gained weight, and things don't fit me like they used to fit me. I can't get into a size 2 or a size 4. It's time to acknowledge where you are in this life and appreciate where you are in this life. And buying large panties was a big deal for me, but that's where I was. Now I'm into elastic waists. I'm sorry, but I want to be comfortable. So all of this is to say, we have gotten older, and we do need some special treatment, to be treated with a little bit of kid gloves. that we treat ourselves with kid gloves, and maybe other people treat us with kid gloves. That my kids laugh at me because sometimes I try and use my 83-year-old person as an excuse. Oh, you'll love this. So we were in Amsterdam, and I was so amazed that people would stand up. I thought they were just being polite. And my husband was, everybody was laughing because it was because I have gray hair, and everybody thought I was an old lady. I was shocked. I thought everybody was just polite, but it's because I'm a little old lady. So sometimes it's good. I hope some of these give you ideas and help you and realize we're all going through we're all in the same place, and we're all going through all of these crazy things, and just enjoy where you are and let it roll off your back. It's just fine. All of these things are fine. And I'll see you next time.